Hello everyone. This video will discuss the CCNA certification. In this video, we will explore the CCNA certification, its significance in the networking sector, and the exam topics. Explanation of the CCNA certification. The CCNA, or Cisco Certified Network Associate Certification Program, is well recognized and administered by Cisco Systems Incorporated. It validates a candidate's expertise in installing, configuring, and troubleshooting Cisco network solutions. Significance of CCNA in the networking business. The CCNA certification is widely acknowledged by employers as a standard of excellence in networking. It demonstrates that the individual have the abilities and information required for a successful networking career. A summary of the subjects covered on the CCNA exam. Exam objectives include network basics, routing and switching, WAN technologies, and wireless networking, among others. Those who pass the CCNA exam demonstrate their capacity to develop, deploy, and troubleshoot Cisco network systems. If you are interested in pursuing a career in networking, or if you simply want to increase your knowledge and skills in this industry, the CCNA certification is a wonderful place to begin. Throughout the remainder of this video, we will delve deeper into the topics covered in the CCNA exam and provide you with preparation recommendations. Stay tuned. The CCNA test covers network basics as an essential topic. This part will cover the OC and TCP/IP models, IP addressing and subnetting, as well as the functionality of network devices. A description of the OC and TCP/IP models. The OC, Open Systems Interconnection, model is a theoretical framework that describes how data transfers from one software application in one device to another software application in another device through a physical network medium. On the other side, the TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol/Internet Protocol, paradigm is a practical application of the OC model and is widely used on the Internet today. A network engineer must comprehend the fundamentals of these two models in order to successfully troubleshoot and resolve network issues. An introduction to IP addressing and subnetting. Subnetting is a mechanism for separating a larger network into smaller subnetworks, or subnets. IP addressing is a crucial component of network communication. You must be able to calculate subnet masks, assign IP addresses to network devices, and configure subnets in order to pass the CCNA exam. Description of network device functionality. Routers, switches, and firewalls, among other network equipment, play a significant part in the design and execution of a network. In order to pass the CCNA exam, you must be able to configure and troubleshoot these devices as well as comprehend their operations. This comprises switch port configuration, VLAN, and access control list topics, ACLs. As such, these are some of the most important network foundations ideas you'll need to know for the CCNA exam. You will be well on your way to passing the CCNA exam and becoming a certified network engineer if you grasp these principles. The CCNA examination also covers routing and switching basics. We will explore routing and switching fundamentals, routing protocols, switch settings, and VLANs in this part. Explanation of routing and switching principles. Routing and switching are two of the most basic networking concepts. Routing is the act of transmitting data packets from one network to another, whereas switching is the process of transmitting data packets within a single network. In order to pass the CCNA exam, you must be able to explain how routing and switching operate together to create network connectivity. A summary of routing protocols including OSPF and IGRP. Routing protocols are utilized to identify the optimal path for data to flow between networks. OSPF and IGRP are two of the most used routing protocols. In order to pass the CCNA exam, you must be able to configure and troubleshoot various routing protocols. You must also be familiar with their underlying ideas. Switch settings and VLANs are discussed. Switches play a critical function in modern networks by rapidly transmitting data between devices. The CCNA test will assess your knowledge of switch configuration, including switch port configuration, VLANs, virtual local area networks, and inter-VLAN routing. These are some of the most important ideas you'll need to comprehend in routing and switching fundamentals in order to pass the CCNA exam. By understanding these ideas, you will be able to build, implement, and troubleshoot networks utilizing Cisco devices. The CCNA test also covers WAN, Wide Area Network, technology. This section will cover WAN technologies, WAN connectivity options, WAN security, and network architecture issues. WAN technologies, such as MPLS and VPN, are utilized to connect various networks across vast geographical distances. MPLS and VPN are two of the most common WAN technologies. In order to pass the CCNA exam, you must be able to configure and troubleshoot these technologies and comprehend their underlying ideas. Overview of WAN connectivity alternatives, including T1 and DSL. WAN connectivity alternatives are utilized to provide remote networks with high-speed data connections. T1 and DSL, digital subscriber line, are two of the most popular solutions for WAN communication. In order to pass the CCNA exam, you will need to comprehend the ideas underlying various connection options, as well as how to select and implement them in a network. WAN security and network architecture considerations. While developing and deploying WANs, security is a crucial factor to consider. WAN security factors, such as the usage of firewalls, encryption, and VPNs, as well as network design considerations, such as network topology, bandwidth requirements, and traffic management, must be understood for the CCNA exam. As part of your CCNA test preparation, these are some of the most important WAN, wide area network, technology ideas to comprehend. By understanding these ideas, you will be able to build, implement, and debug WANs with Cisco equipment. The CCNA test now includes coverage on wireless networking basics. In this section, we will explore wireless networking fundamentals, wireless standards, and wireless deployment and security considerations. Wireless networking has become an increasingly vital component of contemporary networks. In order to pass the CCNA test, you must be familiar with the fundamental concepts of wireless networking, including wireless signal propagation, wireless access points, and wireless clients. A summary of wireless standards including 802.11a/b/g/n/AC, the specifications and criteria for wireless networking equipment are outlined by wireless standards. The 802.11 standard family is the most commonly used in the industry, with 802.11a/b/g/n/AC being the most recent variants. In order to pass the CCNA exam, you will need to comprehend the ideas underlying these standards as well as how to select and apply them in a network. Considerations regarding wireless security and deployment. Security is an essential factor while constructing wireless networks. In order to pass the CCNA exam, you must comprehend wireless security issues, such as the usage of encryption, authentication, and access control, and deployment factors, such as site surveys, antenna selection, and power management. These are some of the most important ideas you'll need to comprehend in wireless networking basics in order to pass the CCNA exam. By understanding these ideas, you will be able to build, implement, and troubleshoot wireless networks utilizing Cisco equipment. Preparing for the CCNA test is essential to become a certified network engineer. In this section, we will explore the format and content of the CCNA test, as well as study materials and techniques for passing the exam and maintaining the CCNA certification. Outline of the format and content of the CCNA exam. The CCNA examination is a computer-based multiple choice and simulation test. Exam subjects include network basics, routing and switching, WAN technologies, and wireless networking, among others. In order to effectively prepare for the CCNA exam, it is essential to grasp the format and substance of the examination. Discussion about study materials and tactics for passing the CCNA certification exam. For the CCNA test, numerous study materials are accessible, including books, online courses, and practice exams. In addition to studying the topic, it is essential to have a sound study approach that includes setting a study timetable, taking mock examinations, and finding out extra resources. The CCNA certification is valid for 3 years, after which it must be recertified. Recertification possibilities include passing a more sophisticated exam, earning continuing education units, and attending a Cisco-approved training program. In preparing for the CCNA exam, it is essential to understand how to retain the CCNA certification so that you may continue to exhibit your network engineer knowledge and skills. Thus, these are some of the most important topics you'll need to comprehend in CCNA test preparation as part of your route towards CCNA certification. By effectively studying for the examination and maintaining your certification, you will be well on your way to a prosperous career as a network engineer. The conclusion is the final segment of our CCNA certification video. In this section, we will recap the important concepts addressed in the video, provide our concluding opinions on the value of the CCNA certification, and advise you to pursue it in a networking profession. A summary of the video's most important points. We've addressed the CCNA certification throughout this video, including what it is, why it's important, and what topics are on the exam. In addition to network fundamentals, routing, and switching fundamentals, WAN, wide area network, technologies, wireless networking fundamentals, and CCNA exam preparation, we have also covered network fundamentals, routing, and switching fundamentals, WAN, wide area network, technologies, and wireless networking fundamentals. Conclusions regarding the significance of CCNA certification. The CCNA certification is an essential need for anyone wanting a career in networking, as it is widely recognized as the standard of excellence in the sector. By passing the CCNA exam, you will demonstrate your ability to design, deploy, and troubleshoot Cisco network systems. Motivation to achieve CCNA certification and a networking career. If you wish to pursue a career in networking, the CCNA certification is an excellent place to begin. With its extensive study of fundamental networking concepts and hands-on experience with Cisco devices, the CCNA certification will provide you with the knowledge and skills necessary to excel in this dynamic and fascinating sector. So, this concludes our video on the CCNA certification. We hope you found this information useful and are now motivated to pursue CCNA certification and a networking job. We appreciate your watching.